Good morning. Welcome to the Crawford County Commissioners Work Session for December 20th, 2023. Before we get started, I just need a consensus to add to the agenda, extending the per diem MDJ's position through June 30th of 2024.
I'm good with that.
Okay, we have a consensus. That'll be located at 6B for Heidi to bring up when we get there. All right, we'll start with the Crawford County Solid Waste Authority. Morning, Brenda.
Morning, Brenda. Morning, Brenda.
It's nice to be in attendance at your final work session of the year and final for some of you. Thank you so much. It's been very nice to work with you over the years.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brenda.
You as well.
So we have three things for you today. The reappointment of Penny Monahan and Mary Spicer. So their seats are 5-year terms. They're up for election. We did advertise the seats. There were no inquiries about it, so we're seeking their reappointment. And on a side note, I will have a vacancy on my board here soon. Gloria Shields, who has, I gave you a fancy colorful chart.
Oh, nice.
So she's on the side here.
I can't believe you did a chart, Brenda. I just,
Some spreadsheet, yeah.
Yeah.
So Gloria's been on the board for 23 years and is determined that she's not going to continue.
Okay.
So do the commissioners ever do like a citation or a recognition for someone for years
Sure.
of service?
Yeah, we can do that.
Provide us with some information.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will do that.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you very
send an email and Gina can get it set up for us.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
So each year, the county has the opportunity to designate someone as the county recycling coordinator. We have been doing an employee from the Solid Waste Authorities since time indefinite. I've been the county coordinator since 2004, and we're requesting that we continue to do that. There is a letter there that accompanies a grant, so I have it there for you, and needs to be put on your letterhead, signed by you, and you can digitally send that to me if that works for you.
You didn't want to run like Gloria, just wanted to stay, if you're okay for a couple more years?
Well, we do this annually, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks. All right.
And then with that position, there is a grant that goes along with it. It's a 50% reimbursement of approved expenses. So those are, because it's a county position, this is a grant that goes to the county, and it reimburses for this position. So how this works is that I apply for it on your behalf, and I'm seeking your permission to do that. And then the funds, once they come here, they then come to us so we can reimburse for the expenses.
Okay.
So that's it. Any questions for me?
Any questions for Brenda? Thank you, Brenda.
All right, thank you so much.
Adult probation?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Trevor.
All right, today I'm here for this is to ratify signatures between the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Co-Stars Agreement between BI Incorporated and Crawford County Adult Probation and Parole. And this contract is for our house arrest equipment that we utilize. And this contract runs till December 7th, 2024. There is no rate increase from 2023 to 2024, which is one rare thing that I found this year. So this is one company that did not raise their prices.
Okay. Any questions for Trevor? Thank you, Trevor.
All right, thank you, sir.
The coroner?
Morning.
Morning, Scott.
Morning, Scott.
Morning, Scott.
Request for a repair bill for the 2012 van in the coroner's office that was repaired at Leonard's Auto in the amount of $6,958.78.
Okay. Any questions for Scott?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Correctional facility?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Jack.
Morning.
Morning, Jack.
This morning, looking to ratify the payment of $1,220.33 to RE Micro Company for replacement of an RTU motor and repairs to the same RT unit. This is not a budgeted item.
Okay. He's waiting for more questions. I'm good. I don't have other questions. Okay.
All right, and I'm also looking to approve the purchase of a new time clock from Kabinski's Business Center. Cost of replacement is $699. This is not a budgeted item. Our current one is too old to repair.
I appreciate that because I heard Angel the other day at the board inspectors meeting saying need to
Yeah,
replace.
it's been an issue for a
Yeah.
while.
Thank you. Okay. Any questions for Jack? Thank you, Jack.
Thanks.
Thank you.
IT?
Morning, Tim.
IT is request to purchase a Dell computer tower for the Crawford County Coroner from Dell for $759.20.
5320? 75320?
that says.
Yeah.
You want to borrow my glasses?
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot mine, but,
Did the current coroner certify the death of the tower?
yeah, it's a
Oh,
motherboard
all right,
failure.
so- Okay. All right, thank you. Any questions for Tim?
Nope.
The courts?
Morning, Heidi.
Morning, Heidi.
We are not gonna need to ratify the first one, because we
Okay.
have a little more time, they're gonna give us some trial licenses for this.
Okay.
So, our current video conferencing, platform is Blue Jeans by Verizon, they are end-of-lifing that. And so we need to replace it, we're gonna do WebEx from Cisco, so we'd like approval to purchase 11 licenses, for a 1-year contract, and this is at 2,052.16. It should be a little less than that because they are taking the tax off of it for us.
Heidi, is it this year's budget or next year's budget?
Next year's budget.
Next year's budget, okay.
So, they'll give us the trial for January and we'll start this February 1st. Without tax, it should be $176 per license, and I have that at $1,936.
Thank you. Okay,
Okay. We are also seeking to extend the MDJ Meadville per diem position through June 30th of 2024.
okay. Any questions for Heidi? Thank you.
Thank you.
Public safety? Morning, Greg.
We're just asking to approve a payment of $10,043 to MCM Consulting for work on the 5-year hazard mitigation plan. That will be reimbursed from FEMA in its entirety. And we're also requesting to approve the bid submitted by M&M Lawn Care for our lot and lawn maintenance in the amount of $8,400, and that costs is split between DPS and the coroner's office.
Okay. Questions for Greg? I'd just like to say, Greg, too, that in the newspaper article that was put in, appreciate your leadership in regards to how you've handled upgrading our electronics. We were able to track a guy in a field by using the 901, I guess our upgraded ability to do that. We wouldn't have had it before, and these are things that Greg is always trying to upgrade. So that, I think that individual certainly has a good story to tell from the fact that we were able to use our technology to do that. So appreciate your leadership.
Thanks,
Thank you. Planning?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Morning.
Zach.
First item this morning, we're asking to approve a payment of an invoice to Porter Consulting in the amount of $1,111.90 for their November engineering on the Heidi Cooper project. It's paid for out of our competitive CDBG CV3 program.
Okay.
We're also asking to pay an invoice for $1,408 for publications for the invitation to bid for the Heidi Cooper construction project, and that's paid for out of CDBG CV3 as well.
Okay.
We are seeking approval to pay invoices for reimbursement to R.E. Johnson in the total of $1,920. These are for training wages associated with our construction workforce industry program, and they are paid for out of our whole home repair program.
Okay.
We're asking for approval to pay an invoice to reimburse Ferguson Construction in the amount of $640 for the same training wages, and it's paid for out of the same pot of funds.
Okay.
We're seeking to pay an invoice to Dyson Helmy in the amount of $10,211.39. These are for their engineering services at the Carl Gurdon Park project in Venango Borough, and it's paid for out of the 2021 CDBG program.
Okay.
We are also seeking approval to pay an invoice to Pashik MTR in the amount of $2,300 for their professional services at the Titusville Admire Complex. This is paid for out of Titusville's 2022 CDBG program.
Okay.
We're seeking to pay an invoice from LSSE in the amount of $3,875 for Conneautville Borough Stormwater Replacement Project, their engineering services, paid for out of the 2020 CDBG program. We're asking for a resolution to be approved by the board for the creation of the whole home repair program. This would allow us to release it publicly with the purpose of improving the housing stock of Crawford County.
I would just like to say, based on our meeting here today, all of you have done a lot of work, and we appreciate it. Caleb, I think you got the right guy, so I'm excited to see all the things we can do with that. So.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great to see that many taking advantage of that training
Yeah.
program.
So
That's
we
a
have
great boost.
we have 10 positions or 10 spots
Great.
that we had budgeted for students. 7 of them are already filled.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Good.
The last item this morning, we're asking to approve a resolution extending the cooperation agreement between Crawford County and the city of Meadville for CDBG administration. This is a 6-month extension while we negotiate adjustments to the agreement.
All right, any questions for Zach? Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
County maintenance?
Morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the new finance office remodel on the second floor to Home Depot for $165.85 and Microbac for $219.50.
Okay,
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the new GIS office remodel to Bulldog Lock and Safe for $11.30.
okay,
Asking to ratify approval to pay invoices for the new HVAC project here at the courthouse to Foreman Group. This is for commissioning of the HVAC system for $1,500.
okay,
And asking approval to pay the Eads Group. This is for engineering services on the rehab of the cement deck on Mercer Street Bridge for $6,796.09. This will be paid for with liquid fuels.
any questions for Mark?
And
Thank
that
you.
work on Mercer Street Bridge, that'd be done hopefully next year.
2024, yes.
Thank you, Mark. Human Services?
Morning.
Morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
I'm requesting to ratify the purchase requisition to the Center for Family Services for the ERAP2 administration reimbursement through 11/8/2023. The total cost was $6,223.95 with no cost to the county. Requesting to ratify the second purchase requisition to the Center for Family Services for ERAP2 administration reimbursement through 11/8/2023. The total cost was $20,089.10 with no cost to the county. Requesting to ratify the purchase requisition to the Center for Family Services for the ERAP2 administration reimbursement through 11/16/2023. Total cost was $5,032.58 with no cost to the county. Requesting to ratify the purchase requisition to Apple Ford of Red Lion for the purchase of a 2023 Ford Explorer. The total cost was $37,102.89 with no cost to the county. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Crawford Central School District for the cost of lunches, drinks, and snacks during the Student Leadership Summit. The total cost was $191.02 with no cost to the county. Requesting approval of the F1 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 CYSJP contract with Family Services of Northwest Pennsylvania for family behavior therapy and functional family therapy. This amendment is increasing the FBT maximum by $100,000 and decreasing the FFT maximum by the same amount. There is no overall change in funding. We're just moving funding between line items. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 23-24 CYSJP contract with Lifespan Family Services for foster care services.
Any questions for Sue? Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
County Treasurer?
Good morning.
Morning, Christine.
I'm here to ask for approval for the agreement for computer services with Government Software Services, Inc. This is the term for January 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2025. It is a budgeted item, and the contract has been reviewed by Solicitor Button.
Any questions for Christine? Thank you.
Thank you.
Finance?
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
For your approval, I have the following invoices. The first is to Bollinger Technical Services. It's for the 2024 schedule of equipment. It's for $9,642.27. The second is the Crawford County Solid Waste Authority. It's the 2023 budgeted allocation in the amount of $80,000. The third is to Community Health Services. It's the November 2023 trip reimbursement in the amount of $70,782. The fourth is to Spets Energy Services. It's, I believe that's invoice number 013324. It's the 2024 energy procurement invoice for the first quarter. It's for $1,714. I also, the IRS last week released the new 2024 mileage rate, and I would like to set the mileage rate for the county at the IRS rate of 67 cents per mile Previously, it had been 65.5 cents per mile, so there is a slight increase in that. Next week at the full meeting, we will approve the 2024 budget. Still making headway on that. I'm down to about just around $900,000 out of balance. So still some things that I can do, and we should be able to get there by then. We'll also approve the millage rates for 2024 next week. And for ratification, an invoice to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Division of Nursing Care Facilities. It's the CMP, and the cost for that is $11,250.
Any questions for Stephanie? Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I'll handle A and B, and then Francis, you can handle C and D. For you'll be good from there. We'll start at the top. So,
Okay.
You might be able to answer questions more than anybody else. So, I did sit with the Fair Board nominating group and committee with interviews for their discussion and request. They did present the following directors at their last annual meeting on Thursday. That is, these are for 5-year terms beginning January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2028. Adam Rainey, Dean Maynard, and that third guy, Francis Wiederspan, for the 5-year terms. And then under B, for the 2-year term to fulfill the remainder term of Brenda Schmidt, Matt Webster, that term will run 21-25 through 25 at the end 25. So they did that. They did approve that at the meeting on Thursday, and they're bringing it here for approval next week for us. And if you want to do C and D.
Yeah, the next one was 2 contracts that they also approved at their meeting last Thursday. 3-year contract with Main Event Amusements for the 24, 25, and 2026 fairs. This is the same amusement company they've had the last 2 years, and they were interested, and so was the Fair Board, in having a more than just a year-to-year contract. So they did approve that at their meeting. And then the continuation, they had a contract with Coy Drag Racing for an event last year at the fair. That was the one day, I believe it was Wednesday, that we had some bad rains, and where Coy was coming from, it was even worse, so they canceled that. But Coy was willing to hold that contract over for 2024.
Thank you, Francis. And Gina?
Okay, the next one is requesting ratification of the purchase of a 2019 Chevy Express 3500 LT from Hand in Hand Christian Counseling in the amount of $33,836. And then I have some notifications. An Act 14 notification from Wilson Engineering for NPDES permit for small flow treatment facility in Wayne Township. Notification from Orm Group LLC for NPDES permit of discharge of stormwater in Athens Township. Notification from Aegis Company on behalf of Lipinski Logging for PADEP permit application for surface coating in the city of Titusville. A notification from Dyson Helmy on behalf of Bethesda for Chapter 102 PADEP permit for development of residential pods and associated stormwater management features in Woodcock Township.
Questions for Gina? Okay, upcoming events will be closed on Christmas Day, December 25th, and also the following day, December 26th. Our next full session will be December 27th. We'll also be closed on January 21st. Any public comment? Commissioner comments. Commissioner Saw.
January 1st.
Did I say January 1st?
You said January 21st, I thought.
Oh, first.
Which we might be closed then also.
We couldn't close that day too. It would be President's Day.
No, I don't have any comments today. Thank you.
Commissioner Wiederspan.
I don't have anything other than wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas and enjoy the holiday with your family and friends.
The only thing I would like to say, I was thinking Francis would take the thunder away from it, but we did attend the annual Crawford County Fair Board meeting the other day, and they have worked very hard, very diligent at their budget. They have made very difficult decisions. A lot of people ask, why isn't there entertainment or what happened with different things? But the most important thing from their meeting the other day was that they netted a profit over $100,000. And from where they came to where they're at today, that is nothing short of a miracle in regards to some of their previous years. And I think that's a testament to the board looking at other options for different contracts, including the ones we've talked about today with the ride company. The previous ride company, as an example, they used to lose $90,000 in the last 2 years. This ride company actually gave them a check, small be it check. They actually netted a check from the ride company. So I just can't say enough for Dean Maynard and the other fair board members who really took the initiative to realize that in order for the fair to survive, that it needs to be fiscally responsible. And I think that's important. And I'm very happy and looking forward to Francis serving on that term. It kind of comes full circle from the time he was how old when you first went there?
6.5.
6.5 years. And what was your nickname then?
Well, meant something different then, but it was weed.
Yeah. I thought it was Franny, but that's okay.
Oh, that was just in town.
Oh, okay. With that being said, we will see you next week. Thank you.